say, here at Kajun Reselling, you give me an offer and I'll take it.
I say, this is Johnny's place, where you can have it for no problem. I got the dollars.
Fixed income, no credit, bad credit. Here at Kajun Roots Reseller, that's no problem.
Let them have it.
I've got my dollars and I sit in my best offer.
We say yes. See the special man. The easiest man on YouTube.
You got the dollars? We got the offer? Let them have it with no problem. Hello, and good morning on this hump day. How's everybody doing this morning? Hello, good morning and welcome. Let's see who's first in the chat, and that is Susie. Hello, good morning and welcome. And Gina, hello, good morning and welcome. Living my best life at 60. Hello, good morning and welcome. And Margie, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Just became friends with Surf. Awesome. That's what it's all about, joining and helping each other. Haven't heard about this WhatNot app. What? Well, welcome. You got questions? We're going to have them for you today. We're going to try to answer them for you. Yes. That's why we do these in the morning. It's me. Hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Hello, good morning, and welcome. Vintage Memories. Hello, good morning, and welcome. And there's Jennifer already dropping them links here. That's right. That is FullTime Resellers WhatNot. That is Anthony. And we're going to be doing some Q&A in a little bit. Angela, hello, good morning and welcome. And Angie, hello, good morning and welcome. Geneva, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? And there's Anthony right there in the chat already. Hello, good morning and welcome. Miss D, hello, good morning and welcome. Johnny, I canceled my Wednesday morning auctions indefinitely. Well, let me take that off the list then. Let's see, what time was that for? Well, I'm going to have to see because I don't have you on here. Today's Wednesday. What time you usually do your show, Ms. D? Or is that with somebody else? I'll get back to that. I got the calendar I'm going to go over in a little bit. All right. Let's see here. eBay show that came out yesterday. Y'all, if y'all haven't checked it out, definitely do because I'm taking the morning shows and condensing them down to a pre-recorded how-to. So you can check that out, answer questions. The first one came out yesterday at 2 o'clock, and I'm going to try to do the one every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, and have them ready at 2 o'clock. Mona did wood. Hello, good morning, and welcome, and how are you doing? Good morning. Lisa, hello, good morning, and welcome, and how are you doing? Wacky Wednesday at 10. Oh, I see it now. Duh. Thank you for letting me know, and I'll go ahead and do that. And just remember, I'm taking this down now, so if ever you come back in the restart, just send me a message, and I'll be glad to add you back. There it is. Going for now, but not forever. Let's see here. Everybody's just saying hello to each other. Mark, hello, good morning, and welcome, sir. And Tina, hello, good morning, and welcome. Good to see you. I'm going to be starting to do something a little different with the morning shows. We'll get started with Anthony first, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drop the link a little earlier than usual. That way, starting all the morning shows, if you would like to come on and join the panel with the Q&A that we do on the particular platform that we talk about for that show, you're more than welcome to join us. And then as soon as I drop that link, you're welcome to come and join us, and we'll start that today. I was thinking about that yesterday, and yeah, we just got into the conversations yesterday, and I forgot to drop it early. But that's okay, because it's all good. Because here's Anthony from FullTime Reseller.
Good morning, Johnny. Good morning, everyone.
How you doing?
How's everyone doing this morning?
I'm doing great. I've been
doing
nonstop
great.
listing.
I woke up late this morning. I was there rushing to get here to the computer.
I woke up late too. I woke up at 4:20. Like I jumped out of bed like I was running late.
I woke up at 8:20. My alarm didn't go off this morning. I was like, oh man, I was there racing.
I went to bed by 8 o'clock. I was asleep by 8. I went to bed early. Yeah,
I was like 3 in the morning. I went to sleep. Yeah, late night.
I've been waking up early and getting a lot done. So yeah. So Anthony, for those who may not know, again, there's some questions already curious about the Whatnot. Never heard of that platform before. Hello, Dawn. How you doing? Good morning and welcome. Talk a little bit about yourself, where they can find you. I know I do have your information in the description bar below, but for those who may not know who you are and not know about your Whatnot, go ahead and promote that first.
For everyone that doesn't know, my name's Anthony. I sell on Whatnot every night pretty much. I haven't missed a night in a few months, so it goes pretty good. Yeah, Whatnot is an app that you could just log on and you could sell anytime. You build your own following on there. But Whatnot helps out with the following because they have a lot of new people just popping up into your shows every other second. But yeah, every night 8:30 p.m. Eastern. It's been on sports cards, nothing but sports cards the last couple of months. But you can sell anything on Whatnot. There's so many categories. But yeah, if you guys want to check me out, just Johnny got the link there every night 8:30 Eastern. It's a pretty good show. It goes pretty quick. I do about 50 to 100 lots every night. And I did the other night I did the biggest show. I did 200 lots. And I ran it in it took 3.5 hours to run 200 lots. And it's pretty wild. I was thinking on YouTube it would take me 4 hours to run 40 lots. I would do every Friday night.
And I don't know if I said hello to Margie, but hello, good morning, and welcome, Margie. I don't know if I said it, but I'm gonna go back and catch it because I saw when somebody made a comment to me. It's like, wait, did I say her name? I don't know. I'm gonna go back and check it out. You're welcome, D. Let's see here. Make sure I get all questions first. Yep, it was at 4:20. I woke up out of bed jumping like I'm running out of crazy, like a crazy. Well, I do that every morning, but yeah. Let's see here. Resell, Mark, Dawn. Because I know Tina, don't you do Whatnot?
Yeah, American Honey's
Whatnot is amazing. Yeah. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drop the link, and if anybody else wants to come and join the panel that does Whatnot, and you want to kind of help out with these questions or bring up some questions that people may be thinking about for the platform of Whatnot, I think I'm going to start doing that for all the shows during the week and see how that works.
That's cool.
And you can come and join us as well. So I'll go ahead and do that. But first, I want to drop Jennifer's links. And if you need anything from Anthony's information, it is in the description bar below, including his YouTube channel and his Whatnot page and his, I think, do you have, I'm trying to remember if I have your Instagram.
Yeah, I have an Instagram. It's the same name, FullTime Reseller, all one word.
I think it's all in the description, yeah.
Yeah.
So if anybody has any questions, please do me a favor. Make sure you write the word question all in caps. Or just put the letter Q in cap and then put at Kajun Roots Reseller so I can see it. It'll highlight me in orange on my end. Let's see. The chart I made during the show yesterday. I need to go back and watch it because, like I said, I was in bed by 8 o'clock last night. When I say I was in bed, I was asleep by 8. I couldn't even remember what the last part of the show I was watching. That's how bad it was.
I don't remember the last time I went to bed before like 2. It's been a while. A lot of late nights because after the shows I finished about 10:30, 11. I pack up a lot of the nights, so it takes me a couple
hours. Let's see. Joe, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. All right, there's the link Mark just put in for the show he did yesterday. Open the tab in a new tab and stop the volume before it plays. Stop it. There we go. All right, I'll watch it after this show tomorrow. I thought I stopped it. Okay, I got it now. Let's see. I thought I stopped it. Let's see here. Also, for the winners of yesterday's giveaway for Myra Buying Space, make sure you do contact her. It's all her giveaway, not mine. I just did it for her. Mark and Mike, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you.
I noticed recently Whatnot has an option now when you do your giveaways because they used to have it for your followers only, and now they have it for buyers only, so you could do a giveaway for the people that only bought from you.
Awesome.
Maybe in the middle of the show or towards the end. I just noticed that the last few days.
Wallflower. Now I know I did see, and I just realized I didn't say hello to because I was going to mention his name, and that is none other than the Bargain FX Tommy 2.0. He was telling me yesterday how fast he applied and got approved with Whatnot. So evidently they've changed their entries on how fast they go through all your stuff and get you ready for it. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Always new changes on. Yeah, that's on every platform, but that's what's good about it, because I know when I first started watching that Whatnot, Lord Jesus, people were having to wait months, weeks to get approved. RB,
Yeah.
hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? So right now, we were also talking last week in reference to the different categories. So have they added more categories, and what are the easiest categories to try to get into with Whatnot? Hello, Craig. Welcome. Good morning.
I haven't noticed if they added any because I haven't been searching that much. But I don't know if there's an easiest one to get into, but maybe when you apply for one of the newer categories that maybe there's not too many sellers selling in. It might help out the process of getting approved. Because mine, I applied and it took a few weeks. I didn't hear anything back, and then I applied again, and then right like the next day I got approved. But yeah, sometimes
Jesus says Whatnot Sellers Summit tonight at 5 p.m. Eastern.
I saw a message about that to sign up for it, but I totally forgot. That Tina's reminding me right now about that.
Thomas says that I applied, got approved, and did my onboarding meeting within 24 hours.
Oh, that's nice.
Fast. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't when you it's time to do the onboarding, don't procrastinate. Do it pretty quick.
Dawn Morning says jewelry is harder to get approved for.
You see, it could be.
What's up, Patrick? Good morning.
What's
Hello,
going on, Patrick?
I went to bed at 11 last night. Got up at 8 this morning. Coffee is really good.
Oh, sounds good.
I'm on my third cup like this morning so far. The ones I drank up. Hello, Pam. Good morning. Hello, and welcome. If you have any questions about Whatnot, please feel free to ask. If you would like to join the panel and have any questions, and you're just starting out on the Whatnot, come on up. The link is at the top in the blue box. You are welcome to join us. I'm going to start doing that on every morning show. Just trying to get the involvement with the chat. Good morning. As always, guess who is 9 away from 400? Also, good morning, chat. What? Only 9 away from 400? Let me check it out. Make sure I am subscribed. Oh, guess what? Why I'm not subscribed to you? And I thought I was. I am now.
Yeah, it's growing. I'm up to it's up to 4,400 followers now, and so every day a little bit. I think 20, 30 a day. So it's growing. Every new faces every day on the show I'm seeing.
Right.
So that's nice. But yeah, it's going good. Still consistent every day. I saw
all right, yeah, 393 now, Arby.
Oh, that's cool. 7 away.
Not seeing any questions just yet. Let's see here. Now, you usually only do cards lately. Are you still going back and forth with any coins, or are you just still staying with the cards?
I think in the last week or two, I did like 2 coin shows, and I think I sold like 50 ounces on each show. But I like selling coins. They're fun for me. But I'm gonna start switching it up. I think just to do a different show, maybe comics instead of cards, because I could get a lot of comics also to sell. But I saw last night Treasure Hustlers. They had a nice show on there. They do jewelry pretty well. And I think jewelry is a tough seller. Not a tough seller, but to build the following, to sell all that. But they do well.
All right, we do have a question coming in. And let's see here. Is there a way to use your earrings to buy from others? Is there a way to use your earrings to buy from others?
Oh, your earnings. Your earnings.
Oh, earnings. I'm sorry. I misread that.
That's probably what she meant.
Earnings.
I don't think yet they have that, but that would be a good option. I see eBay does that now, where you could use your earnings and to buy it or stuff. But they should do that. That would be pretty good for them, I think, to keep the money within Whatnot.
Dawn says more Whatnot followers in 2 months on Whatnot versus 4 years on Whatnot.
Yes, I tried a year on YouTube. I got to where I'm at on YouTube, and in the last few months, I got over 3,000. Well, I'm up to 4,400, I think, followers, but 3,000 of those in the last 4 months. But yeah, they help you grow, but not really help you grow, but they give you the tools to help you grow.
Good luck, Greg. How are the selling fees compared to other sites?
If the item you sell is maybe less than like $10, $5, you'll see the fee, the percent. It looks like it's more, but it should be about 13%, I believe. It should be about the same from other sites, but not the exact number, but maybe it's closer to an eBay site because I'm not familiar with Poshmark or Mercari fees. I know about eBay fees, but it's about that. But the only thing is, you sell an item for $5, $2, they're gonna take the standard 30 cent plus the fee, so it comes out to like 20% fee. So it's a little higher sometimes. But I noticed with the items that are more than $20, it's more the 13%. It gets closer to 15% sometimes. But yeah, it's comparable. It all depends too. Always just try to sell a few extra lots to cover the fees. That's what I do.
Dawn says WhatNot uses PayPal. Use PayPal to buy and sell.
Yes, I use I had the two options. You could withdraw the money to my checking account or to PayPal, but I usually just withdraw it to PayPal, and I use PayPal also to buy on WhatNot if I'm going to purchase.
Gina has a question.
Go ahead.
What is more important, the product or the price point? Some great questions.
I think the product, because with the good products, the chat bids it up. I always I trust the chat, but I notice, yeah, if you have good items, the chat suit will bid it up because it only takes 2-3 people to just have interest and get the price up to where you want. And the price point, if you don't start it where you want, maybe just try one item, two items like that. If not, have your item, the prices you want in mind, ready to go to do your negotiations while you're live.
Mm-hmm. Craig, I know you bulling. You're pulling them legs. You didn't pull your videos. You got a whole bunch of videos. Stop playing around. People want to go check you out. Yeah, he didn't take them away, Jennifer. He still got them. He just jatting y'all up. Go check it out. Yeah, I just did. Was just about to say the same thing. No, you didn't. Exactly, Jennifer. Susie Woozy, hello, good morning and welcome. So if you have any questions about WhatNot, here's the place to ask. We want to make sure you do get your questions asked, especially if you're thinking about getting into WhatNot, or you're just getting approved and wanting to get started and you have some questions. Bring them on. Laura, hello, good morning and welcome. And everyone in the chat, thank you for being here. Good morning.
I made my first purchases on. I bought a few lots that night of cards, and I never buy cards on WhatNot. But it was a new seller, and he was starting graded cards for just like $2, and they weren't going for, I guess, the price that I could resell them on my WhatNot for more. So that's why I was buying them. But that was pretty cool because it's good for sourcing also.
And Mona, I didn't realize you did quilts. I was watching some of your videos in your quilting. Question is it an app or a site?
It is both. It's an app on the phone, and it's a website. If you just go to www.whatnot.com, and you can log in and run your shows through the website, or you can run your shows through the app on the phone. So, but it's more phone friendly, I think, and app friendly than the website. But you could do pretty much everything on both.
Now, don't you, with that question, when you're running your WhatNots, do you have to do it on your phone or a tablet?
No, you could have a web camera set up to your computer and just start stream, and it'll pop up when you hit start stream. Which just like on StreamYard, you have a drop down what camera you want to use, and it's just like that.
But whatever device you're starting on is the one you're going to run your show from, right?
Well, not that you're going to run the show from. Whatever one you started from is the one that you're going to use the camera from.
For sure.
So if you started from the computer, you got to use your web camera that's either attached to a USB port, or if you started from the phone, you got to use your phone camera. And I always just started from the phone to use that camera, and then I opened my WhatNot website on the computer and just click the next, and add my lots that way.
Okay. We do have another question from Tina. When sourcing for Whatnot, what is your strategy?
Late nights, not many people in the room, seeing what the buyer starts at. If the buyer's gonna start everything at $1, then I'm gonna keep my eye out. If they have things on the table and they're showing a bunch of jewelry, I kind of would take control and tell them, run this, run that, run this. And they're just running them and I'm just picking them up. Sometimes I will bid them up because I don't want to see them sell their item for $1. I'd rather just bid them up to a couple bucks. At least they get something out of it. But yeah, late nights, you jump on at 2 in the morning, look for shows that somebody's, it's kind of just different levels of resellers. Just maybe somebody starting out, at least you're going to purchase the item and they make their sales, but you know you could resell it for more because of your clients. But yeah, that's what I would think of. Just late nights when less people in the rooms.
Well, I would never better do that one because I'm in bed too early.
I used to catch
you did, Mark Greg. Yeah, you good about that one. Go ahead.
I used to catch one guy from Hawaii, and I used to have to wait up to like 4 in the morning my time, 5 in the morning just to catch him going on. But he used to have some killer deals for silver.
I start doing that when I wake up so early in the morning because sometimes there's nobody on YouTube, and I never think about that. I bought a bunch of Whatnot over the weekend from a new sellers. Got some great deals, and I think I've been hearing a lot about that. Where most of the people that are going on Whatnot are actually buying from a lot of new people that are just starting up because they're starting their prices so low. And I hear all about it where so many people are buying great things for the low prices, but I never think about that when I wake up that early in the morning. I'm still trying to wake up and have coffee. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it's not saying that the item's value is low or it's a cheap item. It's just that they started at $1 and you win it for $1. It's just, and it's a silver ring that you could go turn around and sell for $30.
Right.
$1 to $30, that's what, 3,000% profit right there.
I like the mods. I like the ROI on those.
Yeah,
right,
that's
someone else joining us on the panel, and that is none other than Dawn Morning. Good morning.
Morning, guys.
Hello, Ella. Let's see if we got any other questions while we're doing this. Dawn, tell everybody a little bit about yourself. I know you've been just coming back into the chats recently, and I think you took the big stab to go on the Whatnot because you've been very participant in the chats with that. So let's talk a little bit about you and your channel and promote yourself while we look through the chat for questions.
I have been in jewelry professionally since 1998. Left that in 2010 and have been a reseller forever since then. And then recently, though, I just started in Whatnot. Did spine surgery in November, and while in recovery, discovered this platform that I could buy a jewelry silver ring for $1 and flip it for $30. So I love that point that you said because it's absolutely true. I really like Whatnot. I have been on there for 2 months. I've got more followers on Whatnot than I do on YouTube now, which is very weird. And I've sold 210 items in 2 months. And there's no way I could do that on eBay. No way.
If y'all haven't caught her once before, she came on one of the morning shows. She showed you all of her layout of her jewelry and how she lays it out, how she organizes it. Y'all need to go check that morning show out when she came on and did that because it was amazing. Now we do have a question.
I'm on vacation, so yeah, there's no
See
jewelry.
that. Nice
but
view.
I was actually up and I woke up and I was like, oh, it's Whatnot Wednesday. I love the community that Whatnot has. It's a great community. If you're a new seller, people will help you. If you have questions, it's just like I went into Anthony's chat and I want a giveaway. And I know nothing, zero about cards. But it's neat to be able to go in and say, hey, you sell in a totally different category from me. Let me check out your show. And it's fun and you can hang out and you can talk. Yeah. It's not just boring. It's so much fun compared to.
Living My Best Life at 60 has a question. What is the best items to sell on Whatnot?
I I think I like the storage unit ones that like the guys that go live in those storage unit videos and they do the unboxings because they kind of take you on the hunt with them. So it's kind of, or the ones they walk around their whole like facility and they're showing everything. And that one, those are kind of fun because you could just say, spot something off the shelf or something they just opened up and make a deal on it. So those ones I think might be good because it's pretty. They got a storage unit category now, so it's kind of broad. The other categories I haven't. I tried out a few of them, but it's a lot. There's a lot of support on Whatnot too, so you could build it pretty quick. It's a lot easier than YouTube. I agree with all of that.
And the next question is it mostly used items or new things?
Oh, they have both. It just depends on what this person's show is, but you can find a lot of used items or new. It's all just depends on that seller.
Even in the jewelry category, I'm finding out that there's a few people that do like that are refiners that can get pieces and they're older, and then there's some people that are doing exclusively new pieces. So it's nice that you can go somewhere and get something new that's not been worn if that's what you want. Or like me, I love the vintage stuff. I love the quality of craftsmanship of the non-mass produced pieces, and I personally like vintage, but there's also people on there that, I only want new stuff. And I'm like, cool, that's great. Just go to this channel because that's not me.
All right, let me go back up here. Question from Tina, and I think that was the next question. Yes. All right, that's why I put stars on so I can find them. In your opinion, what is the key to success on Whatnot?
I think the interaction with the chat maybe, because if you could build the chat up before you even start your Whatnot show and have a few people in there already talking and chatting it up, I think that's a big point right there. And the interaction with the chat, so they know at least if they're not there to buy, at least they're there to hang out with you. And that's, for me, that's just as good because that's what keeps me going. When I see the numbers in the chat, it's like almost supportive that if you see only a few people, it kind of would throw you off maybe. But if you see 30, 40 people in the chat, and it makes you feel good that they're there to see you. So I think that's good. And the chat probably appreciates the interaction too. It's not maybe boring. Keeps it going.
Right.
But that and being organized, maybe keeping it flowing so it's no pausing, not too much waiting.
All right. Harry says I got to do this Whatnot. It's a lot of people getting in there now. It's a lot different than when they first started. A lot of people are getting within 24 hours from the time they apply to the time they do their onboarding. Tommy just went through that. Living My Best Life says, how does shipping work?
After your show, you go to the actual show and they'll have all your orders that were paid for, and it'll have them all batched together by the buyer. So it'll have, say Johnny bought lot 5, 6, and 7. Those lots that I have numbered out for 5, 6, and 7, it'll put them together. And then I would just click the print button if my weight is correct. If I need to edit the weight, I would edit it and the adjusted shipping weight for the measurements or anything I need to change. And it's all user-friendly. You just click right there, generate and print, and you get the label right out, and drop it off at the post office. It's pretty much like eBay kind of, or any other platform. They got the shipping. It's organized. It's not it's easy to do, and the buyer pays that. This
is not the first time I hear this. Somebody else has done this. I was watching a video where they were actually talking about this. Tommy says that I watched Froggy Flip yesterday doing Whatnot from the Goodwill bins before he even had to purchase the item. What a great idea. Somebody else did a video on that a couple of days ago too. Yeah.
That would make like a fun show, I think, doing something like that. I haven't seen anyone do it, but it makes sense. You could do something like that, walk around a Goodwill maybe, or wherever you're at, and or maybe an antique store and show items and make some deals happen, because since it's live, you could close any deals. And I tell you, I sold a World War II dagger that you can't sell it on Whatnot, but since I met somebody on Whatnot that's into World War II items, I made that connection. So they purchased it from the side from me. So you can meet a lot of people on there at least.
And that's a great idea because you're doing something different that no one else is doing.
No, that's a
But
good
it's something
idea.
you definitely got to keep track of, because if you haven't purchased it yet and you're trying to sell it while you're on live, you got to make sure you can remember who's got what. But then again, I guess because of your app, it'll keep it all in the track for you, right?
You just have to label the item.
Yeah, and you can, like, I did a huge show, and I had a lady buy, like, I don't know, 200 pieces of jewelry to restock her flea market booth with, and it was so stressful, and I couldn't find one pendant. I emailed WhatNot and said, hey, can I have the replay of my show? I watched the replay and said, oh, number 34 brooch was the crane. There's the crane, there it is. I just went through it, and I was able to replay my show. It was 9 hours long, and I just went through it until I found that one piece and was like, oh, there it is. Thank you.
But now don't they have your shows replayed on your WhatNot page now to where you can go back and watch it?
If you have Apple, you get more features, and I'm not Apple.
Well, because I'm not on Apple either, and I went and watched a couple of past videos that people were doing recently just on my computer.
Yeah,
like on their WhatNot page.
There should be a tab now to see it under where you're on the same tab that has all your shows, and then a tab that says reviews, and I think a tab that says clips. There's another one there that says past shows. But yeah, before you would have to request it, and that's good because it's hard because on YouTube you could go back if you have a question. On there, if an item is not labeled right or something, there was probably a lot of mistakes in the beginning. It's tough. I go back all the time and watch my videos just to see what happened with something. But it's
living my best life at 60 says, so are there listings and auctions or just auctions?
They have buy it nows. When you're doing your show, you could have buy it nows in your store there. And you could sell merchandise, like maybe things related to your channel, t-shirts, hats, just items you have bulk. I see some people have to buy their dog a treat in their buy it nows, or to buy them a coffee, and maybe for $1, and then that would help them save on shipping for a larger item, because once you get that first purchase in, you're going to get the big discount on shipping. If it's $4 for shipping, the next item would be maybe 50 cents for the additional. But if it's you buy an item for shipping's $4, it costs you, it's going to get that 10-pound item that you want to purchase next, big discount on that one. So they do those buy it nows in the store of each show. Some people do.
Now this next one, I kind of know the answer, but I'm not into doing this, but I've been hearing about this. But there is the next question from Living My Best Life: invoicing. This is gonna be the fun part of the answer for this one. Let y'all answer that one. I don't know nothing about none of this stuff. I'm still learning.
What about invoicing?
Yeah, what is the thing about invoicing? How do they take care of their sales?
If you're charged automatically with your payment method once you win the bid. If the payment's denied, it'll keep trying throughout the show. And I believe if it's not done while the show's live, then you won't see that order in your list of all when you're printing your labels. Say lot 25 wasn't paid for, it won't be on that list. You'll notice why is lot 25 not on there. It's because you didn't receive payment. But yeah, no invoicing. The payments go through right away. You don't have to look for anybody. It's pretty smooth. And once you hit 1,000 sales and you have a good review, you get your payments right when you print your labels. So that's pretty nice. Also, it's an incentive to keep on, to speed it up and keep on printing, because once you print it, you get paid. So that's a good thing. And
so the whole thing about it is you don't have to worry about invoicing.
No, as soon as you fund your show. As soon as your show's over, you can ship your stuff. It's paid for. You don't have to fight for the address or bulk shipping or any of that. That's the big reason, because with jewelry, I'd have somebody say, oh, I want this brooch, and oh, I want these earrings. Well, then how much is shipping? And it's really hard on eBay to combine that versus WhatNot. It's like, hey, let me make a bundle, and oh, it's 4 to 7 ounces, and oh, here it is right here. It makes it a lot easier. And they do combine shipping. So like your first item with jewelry is going to be $4 or $5.25, depending on the weight. And then it's 25 cents or 50 cents after that.
Yeah.
So it's all combined. It's very user friendly.
All right, the next statement is from Tina. Make a deal with your favorite honey holes, ability to make commission on both sides.
You could do that. I think she's talking about walking around in the store, like how they were
Probably
saying
so,
at
yeah.
the bins. Yeah,
Like,
you could make a deal with them so you could walk around and let them know what you do. And they might like that too, because maybe they don't want to learn whatnot, or they don't want to even do it. So they say, you go ahead and make a deal and get some commission. That sounds fun right there too.
it sounds like definitely learn to think outside the box and be very creative when it comes to whatnot, because it sounds like you can do all kind of things that way.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. I think I saw another question or statement. Hello, Hoosier. Good morning. Hello and welcome. Good to see you.
Hoosier.
Deborah says, tips for whatnot. New sellers use number cards. They really help to stay organized.
I thought about that, like laminating some cards, because I always just use Post-its and not reuse them, just throw them away to get like a set of laminated cards to put with my lots. That's a good idea.
I write on the back. I use Sharpies.
Yeah, writing. You can write on the bag. That's a good idea.
I just have their clear. I use clear bags, and like it's right there. So the brooch sells. I bag it up. I write their name of full-time reseller, and then at the bottom it'll say brooch number 27. So I'll put full-time reseller number 27. And so at the end of my show, I'll have a category of full-time reseller bought pendant 8, brooch 27, and necklace 3. And then on my bags, I can say, oh, there's all 3 of full-time resellers bags. There's number 27, 3, and 14. And poof, box, bag, done.
Right. JJ, hello, good morning and welcome. And Hilaire, good morning and welcome to Peddling Profits. I watched one of your videos. I didn't realize that y'all were looking into a camper. That was a good deal if y'all got that camper, because I didn't get to finish watching the video. But I enjoyed watching that camper y'all were looking at. Let's see here. Lisa, Deborah says, amazing. Well, Amazon has them really cheap. I use them for YouTube as well. Now, she must be talking about the cards.
The number card.
Yeah. Catherine, hello, good morning, and welcome. How are you doing? We have another question from Tina. What is your game plan for marketing your whatnot? We'll start with Anthony on that one.
When I started, I used to put it on my YouTube community. I used to put it on, sometimes I do put it on Instagram on the story. But to be honest, I don't market it really that much now. Like I used to put it on all the platforms when I first started. It's good to market. It's good to let people know. But how do you put it? Once you get a certain amount of following, either it's following of buyers, or it could be followings of people that want to just pop up when every time you go live for a giveaway. It's how do you put it? Whatnot, when you're looking at all the categories, you're looking at all the shows, if you have the highest number in that category that's live right then of people in the chat, Whatnot's going to put you at the top of the list. And by them doing that, I think it helps you out a lot. So if you could just get the 20 people, 15 people, whoever has the most in that category at that time live, and you get at the top, I think that alone gets people to stay coming in the room, because they want to know why everybody's in there. So sometimes once it gets going, you kind of don't have to do as much marketing. It kind of
I was thinking about that when you was talking about that, when she said that, because when you do your advertisement for any type of promotions, do you even do like Facebook groups or anything like that when you go to do it, but when you first started, so to say?
When I first started, maybe once or twice, I put it on the Facebook group. There's a resellers Facebook group. A couple times I did, maybe. YouTube community a few times, but it's kind of like, since Whatnot does the marketing for you, but not for you exactly, they just do it for their own app. They'll get the people to stop in your show, even if they're not into sports cards, for say that's what I sell. They'll get them to pop in there. So they I don't do too much of the marketing, but once you kind of have the following, you kind of could slow down, because it's like, like say someone on a big YouTube channel, they know they could turn their live on anytime and the people will show up. And that's kind of how it is. Like you build something, you get something established, and it's if I want to make it bigger, I could keep marketing it. But the most I got in my chat, like without a raid, was 96. So it's like, for me, that's good enough. You know, you're muted, Don. You're muted. Yeah, to get
I'm just quiet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, to get any higher, I don't know if I could handle it. So
a lot.
That's a lot. The most I saw is 96. Usually I get like 50, 60 every time I go live, 50, around the 50. So to me, that's good enough right there.
All right. And then Dawn, the same question for you.
For my marketing, I'm on WhatNot a lot. Like the best way for me to get followers on WhatNot is to be on WhatNot. I will go into people's chat, especially in jewelry, because I know a lot. I don't know it all, but I'm able to help other sellers. Other sellers appreciate it. And then if they have a question, they're going to come to me. Or if people are in another jewelry show and they're like, oh, what is this stone? And I'll be like, oh, it could be this or something. Even if there's somebody in that show just watching, they'll see me and be like, wow, this person knows their stuff. Oh, they have a show on Monday. Maybe I should check out their show. But when you start, it is hard. It is very hard when you've got 3 or 4 people in your room, and it's a lot to do it first. Like I think the biggest thing, I got rated and had like 65 people in my room, and the chat was going really fast. And I'm like, wow. So, but being on WhatNot, if you are on WhatNot, a lot of sellers are very good about, hey, if you're another seller, throw your fire, let us know when your next show is. It's a real good community, at least in the jewelry category. But like with smalls and the glass and everything, a lot of other people are coming together, and a bunch of sellers will do a show. Like a lot of people had a spring bling show where 5 or 6 sellers have their shows throughout the day, and one will raid the next, raid the next, raid the next. So everybody kind of builds a following. It's a lot of teamwork. It's not a bunch of competition that I've seen.
Yeah, and I'm seeing really now about the raids where Tommy said he already worked out raid deals with other sellers because he just got approved for WhatNot. And I heard a lot about that. We talked about that last week about the raids. So that was a pretty good thing. JJ, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. And you know it's time for the chair dance because I got something to play for you. This is for you, JJ. Thank you. Let me have it, please. I got the $.
Let him have.
You got the $? We got the offer? Let him have it with no problem. Let him have it. All right. Thank you. Okay. Laura says, I would suggest also getting your shows planned as soon as possible, especially if you're starting new, and to get your visible days or maybe even weeks before the live starts. People can bookmark it, and then they will be bringing you in more viewers.
I agree.
Esme says, I love the raids. The sellers push all the watchers into whatever show they pick.
It's pretty cool, and it's exciting. Sometimes if you're not expecting it, you get surprised when they raid you like that, and next thing you know, you see all those people in the chat. Sometimes like a chicken with his head cut off. You're like, oh man, what's going on?
Didn't you just recently have your first raid?
What was that?
Didn't you just recently have your first raid?
On my raid, that when someone raided mine, that's what happened, because I only had like 15 people. It was like 1 in the morning, and next thing you know, I saw like 100 people, and I was like, whoa, what's going on? Yeah, it's like, oh, let me grab some stuff to sell, because I was just taking it easy. I wasn't even ready.
Something I found is do a giveaway, like a giveaway raid. Like have something set aside, so if I get raided, and that, because I found out that's the way to keep people. Because if you're just in the middle of showing stuff and you get 50 people in there, they're just going to see you showing stuff, versus if you say, hey, hold on, let me do a raid giveaway. People are like, oh, okay, I'll stay. And then during the giveaway, I'm like, hey, look at my store. I've got $5 jewelry starts. I've got silver. I've got gold. And it gives you time to introduce everybody that's been rated to you. It's kind of what you have, instead of just stop selling, it gives you time to introduce yourself to all these new people that jumped in.
That's exactly how you do it. That's what you do. When you get rated, do a giveaway, and at least you could get all those followers because they have to follow you to enter. And it gives you a minute or two to at least you get to know them or introduce yourself and let them know what you're doing. Yeah, if you get rated and you get people jump in, open a giveaway, it's gonna benefit you to do that.
Gina makes a great point too. And this statement she made, I've always lived by that when I was growing up, looking at going into business or even working around being positive at all the time. I think that we need to surround ourselves with successful people with good sales and professionalism. One of the things is, and I have one of my little tickers that I have at the bottom of the screen, and that's one of the things you want to think about. Are you going to hang around somebody who's always positive? It'll rub off on you. But if you think about hanging around some people that are always negative, it'll bring you down. Yeah. What is your thoughts on this?
And if you're doing the best in your group, you need to get with a new group.
Yeah.
That's the rule.
Exactly. That's a great point. Tommy says that the Lunkers TV had over 2,000 in their whatnot the other night.
Ooh. Yeah, some of them bring over some followings. They bring over their followings with them. And that's why WhatNot pays them because, yeah, they bring over. The most I saw was I forgot his name. There was a rapper.
Little Yachty.
Well,
Did you see that little Yachty that crashed WhatNot? That was awful.
That's why
so many people.
I ended my WhatNot because they was just freezing because somebody was on a couple weeks ago and I think they had like a few thousand also in there, so that's pretty crazy. But WhatNot is like a website, so when too many people get on there, it could crash, but it's not all the time.
Good morning, hello, and welcome to Judy May. We also had Catherine. Hello, good morning, and welcome. I think I said hello earlier, but hello. Judy May, everybody's saying hello. Lucky Finds. They're talking back and forth. Let's see here. I was number 27 with the thumbs up. Yeah, y'all help out the thumbs up. We have somebody new here. Mark, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. Where it's at in the chat because I don't see it.
Another thing that I saw FullTime Reseller do on his show, and I like to watch because I know nothing about cards, but I like to see how other people do things because he does stuff, and then I'm kind of like, oh, well, I like that idea of how he has Post-it notes on all his lots, and he keeps them in order, and I'm like, oh, wow, I just throw mine in a bag. But it brings other people together. Like, I've saw people in his chat, and they're like, and then I see him in my chat. It's like, oh, cool. It's kind of like a little community. But you don't get defeated. Like the first couple shows, I see a lot of people, especially in jewelry, if they don't sell anything, they get upset and they cry and they close the show. Don't give up. It is very hard to sell jewelry if you don't have a following. But don't give up on it. I've seen a lot of jewelry people that are just not there anymore. And it is hard in the beginning. And you may not make money at it. Like I sold a brooch for $5 to someone, and she has a following of 6,000 people. She got my brooch last night, bought it off me for $5, resold it last night for I think $30 on screen with me watching. And I had to take a screenshot because I was like, she's like, how did you sell this to me for $5? I'm like, I don't have a lot of following. No, I'll sell something. And she resold it for more on her own stream. But she's super supportive because she's like, hey, I bought this off Dawn super cheap. Go check out her next show. So nice. In the end, I didn't make as much money off that brooch. But the followers that I got last night when she sold my piece
are worth more than what you would have made. Yeah.
All right. Miss Ivy, hello. Miss Nancy, hello. Good morning and welcome. And I just noticed, I know about a week or two ago, Brandon, he used to be called Lego Man of the Midwest. Now he's called Heartland Picker. This is his mother. They just got into WhatNot, and he just started on WhatNot, which is Heartland Picker. And Miss Nancy says, everyone in the chat, I am now on WhatNot. I used an iPhone 7, but I didn't go so well. It didn't go so well. Maybe next time I'll use a hardwired laptop. Electronics will be here soon. but I will be listening.
And also, like Don was saying about if your first shows don't go too well like that, or the numbers, maybe, and also even if you start getting a following and maybe you're not getting the bids you want, like maybe you're expecting higher numbers, you'll notice maybe your first, if you do 50 lots, maybe your first 10 lots on every show, they're going to go for so much, but maybe 30 through 50, the prices will start getting a little higher. You'll notice once the show is already 20 minutes in, 15 minutes in, the bids will start going up. So that's why also I opened the giveaway first, just to give people some time to build it up. But I used to notice that my first 10 lots used to go for always a couple bucks. But then once I got past lot 10, they would start going for double, triple the amount. Instead of $5, they were going for $10, $15. But it was always, I noticed that at first. But now I don't, it's always hit or miss. That's why the product matters, because sometimes I'll get a bid $2 when I start. But then the next one, they'll bid up to $30. But and also, yeah, set your goals. That's why I always try to do 50 lots. So at least they go for $10 average each. So it doesn't sound like much, a lot, $10 lots. But if you do 50 of them, that's $500 every night. So that's what I try to do.
And that's being part of going back and being consistent. Don't just give up on the first show.
I'll never give up.
All right. So we have another question from Laura. Is it better to use a phone or a laptop for whatnot?
Might be phone, maybe might be easier just because it's all right there in front of you and you just click, 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 and you can reverse the camera if you want to show yourself. So the phone might be the easiest.
Phone drains your battery. Like I have to keep my phone plugged in, and even when it was plugged in, I still was in the middle of a stream and my phone died. So now, personally, I use my laptop and I have a webcam. I'm going to be getting a better webcam, but if I had a newer, it depends on the phone. And plus with Apple, it's better and you get more features than you do with Android, I've heard. Because a lot of people are like, oh, well, go to this button. I'm like, I don't have that button. Oh, I have Android. That's why. So I've seen a lot of people that use their tablets and phones, but I know it pulls a lot of juice. So make sure you have the ability to have it on your stand in your display, but have access to be able to plug it in because it will pull a lot of juice.
No, exactly. You said it. Yeah, I heard about the Androids. The batteries die fast and they get hot. Also, the phones get hot. Yeah, so I forgot about that. So if you don't have an iPhone, the computer is the best way.
Yeah.
Tina says very interesting in using OBS to have two sellers selling simultaneously.
Well, Tina, for OBS, that would be just for you to use the two cameras. If you wanted to have the two sellers on there at the same time, I think WhatNot has a feature. I haven't tried it where you can split the screen and bring somebody to co-host with you. I don't know if they can actually sell at the same time, but it might just be to be on there to support you, to chat with you.
They're trying to make it so that, like, if him and I both sold baseball cards, he could sell a lot and then I could sell a lot, but they don't have it yet so that you get your labels and I get my labels.
Exactly.
So they're working on that, but they're not there yet. Because I know some people want to do jewelry shows with me, and I'm like, great, that'd be awesome, but I'm not going to take the fees and everything. They haven't figured out how to quite do it yet, but I heard they're working.
Esme makes a big statement right here. She says, I was watching a show and the seller was showing 3 items. They were choices. And after the time ran out and nobody bid, the seller said, okay, nobody wants this crap. Let's move on. That made her mad and she left. Exactly. So you can offer the choices?
So you could do the choices, but you also as a seller have to watch everything you do and say, because you don't know how you affect somebody and you can make somebody leave. And just by any little thing, you can make somebody leave. So always watch what you do and say.
Go ahead, Dawn.
I do choice. But I don't ever talk. That's the thing. You've got to realize that everything is recorded. One, so if you screw up, it is recorded. WhatNot can watch you. Until you never know who's watching and what they're going to be offended by. And so a lot of sellers, everybody's got their own little way, which is cool because we're all humans. But a lot of people I've seen, especially in jewelry, get negative and they start talking down about their pieces and people will scroll away. There's sellers that I've seen in jewelry that I don't watch anymore because I don't want that negative vibe. But it is hard. It's hard when it's like 3 hours into my stream and I've not sold a bunch, and it's just like, but you have somebody with you. Like I have friends of mine that are my mods. Like I will make sure that I can at least have somebody in there with the chatting with me, because if I have somebody to communicate with, it's just not me talking to myself.
No, that's good.
And this goes back to even what like I was saying before about YouTube. For those who do YouTube auctions, it's the same thing. You see some people who are just starting out, and I don't mind helping people, but when it comes to people who do join other chats to go for the first time doing an auction, and they're showing their items, and then they have this facial expression, it's obvious they're getting upset or mad or, yeah, exactly, Dawn. And it shows. And so that can hurt you more than anything, no matter what platform you are doing that on. So you got to think about that. It's what you're portraying yourself on the camera. They're going to see that. And guess what? You're going to lose people that way.
I always try to get like in the zone and try to have that good feeling when I go live.
Yeah.
I put on the music and I'm there like if I'm about to walk out like into a football game or a basketball game or something, it's go time, because you're putting on, it's a show, but it's a show of you being who you are. It's not like a show that's scripted, so it's all live. It's just
right.
You just have
and
to.
The more you do it, the easier it's going to get for you. But yeah, you got to keep that negativity out of your live. You got to do that, especially when you're live on a show. Miss Nancy says on Whatnot, the lag was so long on my show using an iPhone, but her son Brandon did great. Let's see. Miss Nancy streaming from a phone, but used my laptop to chat and click.
That's what I do.
Bargain Effects. Tommy has a question. Can you run 2 webcams from a computer on Whatnot?
Yeah.
Unless you have OBS.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And I've asked that question, and I'm like, how do you do this? And it's like, oh, it's an OBS thing. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever that is. So no.
Yeah, you just have to download the app OBS and just play around with OBS. It's not hard to use. It's more fun because you could do different layers, like put this camera in the background, this picture in the front, or you want to have some words scrolling across, you could add another layer, and you just put it to the front or the back of whatever thing you wanted to show. So if you want the scrolling words to be behind that camera on your little list, you just change the order, and you just could add anything you want there in the OBS, and then you just click start virtual camera when you're ready to run it. And then just like on StreamYard or Whatnot, on your drop down list of cameras, it'll have virtual camera there in the list. So you just click on that, and now whatever you're showing on your app on the side, it's going to be your virtual camera. And it's pretty once you get the hang of it, it's fun to do because you can do a lot of stuff with it. But yeah, it's all within the OBS app. It's a free app, I believe, too.
Oh.
I might want to team up with a pleasant personality can cheer you up on channels, Dawn. Also considering you also have to consider that you can't keep everyone happy. That is so true.
Yeah.
Laura has a question here. I think I like it when the host of multi sellers show is respectful to their sellers, then draw me in.
They probably like how when you bring somebody on, you're supportive of that seller that you have with you.
Yeah, I always shout out other shows. Like there's some places that I get really like Harbor One is a great place to get good deals. He sells crazy stuff. 888 Antiques is in Las Vegas, and she's a female small business owner who does good jewelry, and she does vintage clothes that does really good. So I like to promote other sellers because that's how you grow. It's not so much competition because chances are nobody's going to have the exact same piece that I do at the exact same time. But we're all a community. Like I promote Full-Time Reseller, and then when I go in his chat, he's like, hey, follow Dawn. And then if he would come into my chat, I'd be like, hey, if you guys are into cards, even though this is a jewelry show, follow Full-Time Reseller.
Mm-hmm. Patrick said it's all about putting on a show and entertaining. There was several comments that I highlighted before that as well. With YouTube shows, I haven't sold anything, but in the voice, you can tell. Even if I don't say anything, I say the same script, thanking everyone at that time. Yeah, etc. Yep. Lori has a question. Jory, etc. Question for buyers. Do you prefer camera up and seeing host's face, or camera down to focus on the product? Anthony, take that one away first.
Well,
because you do both buying and selling.
As a seller, I think it's important to show yourself. Maybe the chat doesn't care to see, but I think just them at least one time during the show, 2 times, at least they get to see who you are, and that helps. At least they know who they're buying from. But the front camera, you could do it like that and just use your phone in the front camera if you don't want to show your face. But I think it does help out doing using both cameras, because I always I'm back and forth. I'm always just reversing it and chatting it with the chat here and there as I'm selling.
So as a buyer, because I know you do buy a lot, does that matter for you as well, or no? Well,
as a buyer, I guess, yeah. Because maybe as a buyer, not as much. No, as a buyer, I just want to see the item, because I'm not there maybe for the hanging out. I'm there more just for the buying. Yeah. So if you're there just for the, because some people just go for the entertainment, because sometimes you see 50 people in the chat and only 10 are bidding. So the rest are there maybe to hang out, or it gives them something to do. So maybe they might like the camera showing the seller, but I guess it just depends on the person. But yeah, I prefer seeing the item as a buyer.
Yeah, Dawn, the same question.
Yeah, as a buyer, because I do buy a lot on Whatnot, and especially with jewelry, I want to know what I'm seeing. If I'm going to buy a silver ring and I'm going to ask, can I see the back? Is it signed? And I'm trying to show people, hey, tell me if it's signed. Tell me what the back, show me what the back looks like. Because in jewelry, it's a piece this big. And if you're showing it like this, I'm not going to be able to see it. So I do mine. When I'm selling jewelry, it's facing, I don't show my face. I show my face during the beginning of my show, when I do giveaways, and at the end of my show. But when I'm actually selling, until I get OBS, it's on the jewelry. And as a buyer, I don't really care what they look like as much. If it's more personality. If they're going to be like, oh my God, is anybody going to buy anything? I haven't sold anything in 3 days, and this is my 4th show. And I'm just like, no, I'll just scroll away. But for me, especially with jewelry, because you've got this little piece, you want to see it. And I can tell if it's a native piece or a China piece. And jewelry is important.
Treasure Hustle says that also, we tell our buyers to go see Anthony and buy their spouse a gift from him so they don't get in trouble for buying jewelry. That's a good one. It's a personal effect, so right. Patrick has a radio face, so they don't need to see his face. He's got a radio voice. Don't need to see his face. Whichever way shows the product best is very frustrating if you cannot really see the item selling before a camera. Yeah.
And a lot of times, if your camera quality is not good, it's because of the internet. Just to let people in the chat know, if your internet is not, you don't have the right speeds, it'll make your camera quality kind of fuzzy.
Right. Hello, Robin. Hello, good morning and welcome. I love cards, and I cannot lie, Anthony. Heartland Pickup Brandon says, to me, people with music is on too distracting from what is going on. I want to hear about the item, ACDC highway. Yeah, that's why I stopped watching, because it just got to me, especially when the music is so loud you can't even hear what they're talking about with the product. And I agree with you 100%.
You better have a good product to keep the chat with loud music. That's the only way.
I've seen a lot of those. It's like a party. And I have music in the background because I need sound. I have music on, but it's my playlist. It's my music that I like. It's not the hardcore rap. But I've also heard like some people are like, oh, if they're playing country, I just scroll on by. Oh, so I'm very conscious about what kind of music I play. But it's not yeah, it's
I saw some
why.
chat the other day. They were talking about reselling, and they said they didn't like country music. That was
Yeah.
everybody was saying no one likes country music. I was like, whoa.
All right,
Yeah,
we have a
many
Hello Spirit Junkie has a question. Do you get charged each item you run?
No, only a fee if it sells. You could run anything, and it doesn't charge you.
Hello, Stacy. Good morning. Hello and welcome. How are you doing? Good to see you. All right, Jeffrey, have a great day and keeping you in my thoughts and prayers, dude. Van City Adventures, hello, good morning and welcome. So if you have any questions about Whatnot, that's what we're here for every Wednesday. Please make sure you do bring on your questions. And if you have any questions and you need to check out someone's channel, as far as Whatnot's concerned, I've been seeing that Jennifer's been dropping links for certain channels that are in here. That's one thing that Jennifer does when you walk in the chat or you come into the chat, she drops your link, especially if she has your Whatnot link as well. She's dropping that as well. So make sure you check out these channels. Make sure you check out their Whatnot page. One of the last questions I have that I'm going to ask is, some people have been talking about a Whatnot store front, even though you're on there selling on a Whatnot auction. Talk a little bit about that with the store and how do they set that up to where can people still buy from the store while you're alive, or is that separate entities? Anthony, we'll take you first.
Well, you have a store that's within your auction, your show that you're having. When you're live, you have your auction items all listed there that you added. And then you have a buy it now tab that you can call your store. And in the buy it now, you can put whatever you like to buy it there. Or I haven't done it, but outside of the show, before you're even running a show, you have an option where you're setting up your show. Instead of setting up a live show, you could actually just add items, and it'll be, I guess, like on your homepage of your channel, you would call it, for your Whatnot. So where you have your reviews, you have another tab over there to shop, and it will have all your items that you added as a buy it now. But that will be on there all the time, not just when you're live doing your actual show selling. That's like just a store, I guess you could have, a whatever buy it now little section they have on there. But I haven't tried to put anything yet on there. I don't know how successful it is or if people actually look and buy things from there. But I thought about trying it. But for me, listing items on there, because I list on eBay easy. It's fast for me to list an item. And so that's why I do my lots, just lot 1, lot 2, because I feel when you're adding all that description and adding all the info, sometimes it's better to just list the item. But some items like jewelry might be harder to list on eBay because for me it is, because I don't know all the details and I don't know what an item is called or where it's from or anything like that. So yeah, I do it like that. You can do a whole buy it now section, a whole store, and put as many items as you want. Probably. I don't know if there's a limit, Don. I don't know if you know. Is there a limit? Do they have for the buy it now?
I've seen people with hundreds of pieces.
Right,
And I'm like, that's too much. I cannot look through all that stuff. I have buy it now because if anybody ever goes to like my Whatnot store, I've got my bio, my pick, and at the bottom I've got UV flashlights, and I have red, blue, silver, and black, and I have them cross-categoried. Like I have, let's say the red ones are listed in estate sales. The blue ones are listed in vintage or something. And then the other two are like in jewelry and things. Because with the UV light, you can test for uranium glass, the cadmium glass in smalls. You can test for fluorescence in diamonds or the green glass stones in jewelry. So it kind of gives people, and I have jewelry cleaning cloths, because during my shows, my big thing is I give away a pendant and you get a free cleaning cloth with every purchase for your jewelry. So in my store that's open 24/7, you have the flashlights and you have those cleaning cloths. So that if somebody sees those cleaning cloths, they're like, oh, this is the girl that gives away free cleaning cloths when you make a purchase. Oh, but I didn't want anything. I'll just buy some. So I've had people just buy cleaning cloths. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Just have clean jewelry. I'm all about clean jewelry. But I've not sold anything from my buy it now, but I have that store. Like I'm in Florida on vacation and I could have a sale and my boyfriend would have to ship it from home because it's all labeled and marked. But it is open 24/7. And then during my shows, people can also buy the flashlights, but there's always, and so I always make sure I have something in my buy it now. and I always have a show. My next, at least one show listed. Like my next show is Monday, and it's a mental health show. So it's not like a selling show. It's more of a chat show, a building community. I want resellers to be there, support other people, and just do a more, not a pushy sales day. But that's just something I'm working on.
I want to make sure I got this correct, because I saw where Jennifer said that Spirit Hunky, I think it's Junkie, had a question, and I already answered and highlighted this, but we'll go ahead and redo it again. Do you get charged for each item you run? The answer was no, you get charged only when the item sells. And then Jennifer had a question, can you just do buy it nows and not do live auctions?
Yes.
Yes. You could have, maybe you could even have just nothing but buy it nows and just go live and maybe just chat with your chat and just keep telling them to take a look at the store and just check the buy it nows out and just maybe do an hour show or something like that and just chat with them. That yeah, you could do that. You don't have to do. Well, I don't know if she's asking about the editors, because there's like 2 stores. You could just do the buy it nows that are on there, even if you're not live. You could just have those.
I think with Jennifer's question, it has to do when you're actually doing a live whatnot. Can you do just buy it nows and not do a live auction? Is her question when going live on whatnot.
You probably have to go live at least once you make your account. Yeah,
I would think that you would want to, like,
you have to go live to build the following.
Yeah, nobody's gonna know what you are or what you do really without doing that.
It's not like an eBay where they're just searching that buy it now item. So yeah, it won't work out, I don't think, too well without going live.
People do, Jennifer, but they don't like it.
Yeah.
I've been working on this store. Next Tuesday, there's that one. Dawn, hello, good morning, and welcome. How are you doing, Dawn and Mary? Okay, this light's about ready to go out. I've heard of sellers listing cheaper items to ship on their buy it nows if they sell heavy items so people can buy something cheaper to ship before the auction starts. The heavier stuff ships less.
Yeah, that's like the first purchase. Then the second one, you get the big discount. So if the first purchase is a light item and a cheap item, that's going to help the buyer out for the next heavy item.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to highlight this real quick because she's here in the chat. I Spy Queen just came in the chat a little while ago. I want to mention also Jennifer dropped their link for the feature channel of the week, and that is none other than I Spy Queen. She's getting very close to her 1K, y'all. If y'all haven't checked out her channel, see if you're subscribed. Make sure you hit the notifications. Go back and make comments on her videos. She does a lot during the week, so definitely check her out. Let's see here. Everybody's saying comments. People do, Jennifer. Let me go back down here. Howdy. Everybody's saying hello to each other.
WhatNot is getting new with, they're making it so that you can cross-post with Poshmark. And I don't do Poshmark, Mercari, any of that stuff. But they're making it so that if you've got all your Poshmark links, you're going to be able to import all of your Poshmark listings into WhatNot. Because I know WhatNot trying to get more people having storefronts and having buy it nows to compete with eBay. They're also working on doing it so that you can cross-list your eBay to WhatNot.
If WhatNot does that, that's almost like a way for WhatNot to take their customers from Poshmark, because Poshmark has the live now. So that's like a way they could take. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Interesting. Laura does have a question. Do you feel that there are 2 audiences? One that people prefer buying on YouTube, and then a preferred WhatNot?
Yes, there's 2 audiences. There's people that YouTube, there's people that like that whole social interaction, the slower pace. Some people don't like how fast WhatNot is and how it moves so fast, and it's like just lot after lot just running out every 30 seconds. But yeah, there's a difference. There's 2 audiences.
Yeah, there's definitely 2 separate audiences there. Why don't pirates take a shower before they walk the plane?
They just wash up on shore.
Yes, indeed. List one time live during show, then replicate.
Yeah.
I was just curious if people use it as just a store.
No, I don't.
They put out the store for y'all on the WhatNot, right?
You could have it there, but it's more like if your following is looking at your store to buy from you, because it's not like a search where you search, because you could search for maybe the item, but there's not going to be like where you could refine it and put the filters and look for that specific item and see maybe hundreds or 1,000 of them listed so you get the best deal. It's more just to check out my store and see items that I have for sale. But that's more of like to my following. Once I already have the people in my show, I can tell them to take a look at those buy it nows.
Brandon has a question. Do you think WhatNot should change the shipping?
The only thing I think they should change is add UPS. One of my labels, I don't know why, one of my labels printed out on a UPS label from WhatNot. I don't have no explanation why. Out of thousands of labels, yeah, it's weird. And I had to drop it off at UPS. And lucky I caught it. When I saw the label come out, it looked totally different. It was a UPS label. And I don't know how that happened. It didn't go to anywhere like crazy or anything. But they should add, I think, FedEx and UPS as an option for the heavier items. And it wasn't even a heavy item. It was a regular size item. Every other item was USPS. And then this one label came out, UPS. And it was, I didn't ask them anything about it, but it was the weirdest thing though. But they're shipping, and they should add media mail, unless I heard they already did. And I don't do any media mail category items. Yeah, so I don't know, but they should do something like that. But their shipping's pretty good. It lets you edit, regenerate if you have to change the label, change the weight after the show. But yeah, I don't know much that they should change, but they got it on point pretty good.
I Spy Queen has a question. Can you go live with other people with a sale?
They could bring you in as a co-host, I heard, but I haven't tried it. But yeah, I believe you could, but it's just more for the support, not for the two people to sell. Only one I think could sell because of the payments.
Yeah. Two can be on there, but one of them has whoever's the main first person in the stream is the one that's going to be getting the emails, getting the invoices, and having the product. They haven't figured out how Anthony, because that's why I like YouTube, because it's like, wow, all these 5 different people are on here and they're all selling their unique things. I think that will be really good for WhatNot. So I can organize my 5 little items I want to show while Anthony sells his 5 items, and then we can switch back and forth, but they don't have it broken up yet. But they're working on it.
Treasure also says that, I think it's Sarah, says that they do have, they have media mail.
Yeah, you see, I heard they were going to get it out. And you probably have to just set up your show in that category, and to be able to get
categories matter. Different options for different folks.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here, and I think I am caught up with everyone in the chat with comments and/or questions. We're gonna go ahead and get right in the show because again, there's other shows coming on, and I want to thank each and everyone. And I don't want to keep Anthony too long. I know he's very busy, but I really thank you for doing this every Wednesday with us. Ms. Ivy says it is $3.49 and up for their media mail.
Oh, that's not bad. I guess because books get pretty heavy.
So yeah, definitely check out the community tab every Friday. I do. Oh, you know what I didn't do today? The 6th channel shout out. I need to do that. Because I was so busy listing things this morning, I forgot all about it. I Spy Queen is our feature channel of the week. If you check out the community tab every Friday, I do a feature channel of the week, and she is getting close to 1K. So if you haven't checked her out, definitely go check out her channel. See if you're subscribed. If you're not, change that to subscribe. Check out her content, but also make sure you hit the notifications for all so you don't miss out, and make sure you leave comments on her videos. Also, hello, good morning, and welcome. Mr. Chuck says it was a great show. First time you comment, so you must have been lurking. But thank you for being here.
Thank you, everybody.
Anything you were wondering? Last question. What not just US is last question. LOL. Is what not just USA based?
No.
Europe.
Yeah, they have international shipping, and when you what's it called? When you print the label, it's pretty easy. They have it set up so the buyer pays the shipping and you just print it out, the customs label and everything.
Yep. Yeah, you can do giveaways and do international, and then there's people in Canada that sell jewelry, and then there's also UK whatnot that have different shipping issues and things. But yeah.
I Spy Queen Anita says, I think I talk too much to the people, so I don't know if they would even do a whatnot. You never know. All right, Anthony, thank you. Jeffrey, I'll check it when you send it. Have no complaints with Whatnot. Whatnot is the best. And again, once you get the hang of it, anything in any platform you work on is just a matter of getting it done and started. Do that first one and then get at it. Okay, interesting. Thank you. We'll have to look into that. Meaning UK and Canada. I think that'd be a benefit too if you do open that up, if you can, to those countries. Well, yeah, UK and Canada. All right, everybody. So what we'll do is we'll have Anthony go have everybody promote their channel. I'll let you know their information. Also, Anthony's information is in the description bar below. If you happen to have a Whatnot channel, a platform of sales that you do, I don't know what the term is, Whatnot, put your link in the chat. That way the others can follow you. I just added Nancy to my follow list. So I'll be glad to take care of that as well. Also, don't forget to Jennifer's dropping your links to your channel so that way if anybody needs to check someone else's channel out, don't forget to go to the 3 dots. If you miss out the link in the chat, go to the 3 dots, go directly to their channel. If you like their content, make sure you subscribe and make sure you do hit the notifications of all for anyone you do check out. So Anthony, tell everybody a little bit about what you do, how they can get in touch with you, and when you do your Whatnot auctions.
It's every night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on Whatnot. I got to schedule my show for the night. Usually I'll schedule 7 of them. And then at the end of the week, I'll just schedule the next 7. So I got to get those up for tonight. FullTime Reseller on Instagram. If you guys want to send me a message or anything, or give me a follow. eBay, it's all the same name, FullTime Reseller. And yeah, it's every night I'm on there. YouTube, I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do with the channel yet, if I'm going to jump back on, because I do want to come back and do auctions, because I miss it. The auctions were pretty good on here. And let me see. Now I was just reading Custer's comment. And yeah, shipping, that's a lot. And yeah, if you guys want to check me out tonight, be on the lookout. I'll put the show up. And into cards, or if not, just come by to support. Because I don't even, well, people say they don't care if they get buyers. I look at more of the chat. I like to see the numbers. So I see you guys in the chat. It makes me happy, and I appreciate it.
Awesome. All right, Dawn, your turn.
All right, guys. I am Dawn Morning on YouTube, Dawn Morning on Whatnot. I do jewelry is my main category because I know the most about it. I do Saturday shows, except for not doing, my next show is Monday. But normally I do Saturday jewelry shows. I do a mental health Monday show that I just started 2 weeks ago. That is more of a chill chat, no pressure show. And Wednesdays I do estate finds. So I'm getting into Whatnot. But message me if you have questions, if you need anything. Whatnot is really awesome. I was nervous at first, but yeah, Whatnot is very, very cool. And it's Dawn Morning wherever you find me.
Hoosier says, Dawn Morning, fellow Hoosier.
Hoosier, hey! I'm not in there. I'm out of state right now, but yeah. I'll be home.
So also don't forget, I do this every morning, Monday through Friday. Each day is a different topic. Tomorrow will be Q&A, all about Poshmark. Friday, that's with Grandma's Closet. And on every Friday is Q&A all about Etsy, and that is with Design Laura. She is in the chat. We'll be doing that this Friday. And again, on Mondays, we do everything Q&A all about YouTube and our StreamYard. And then on Tuesdays, it's Q&A all about eBay. So if you have those particular questions and you're thinking about getting onto those platforms, please make sure you do come back in and check out those channels. Also, as of yesterday, you should have seen the notification. If you have your notification set up for this channel, I am starting to take all the morning shows. I do download them on a hard drive, and I'm now turning them into a uploaded video to where some people are telling me they wish I would do an afternoon show because they can't catch the morning show. Well, now you can, because now I'm doing them in pre-recorded from, say, an hour and 35-minute show, 36-minute morning show, an hour and 36 minutes down to 33 minutes. And so I'm basically taking the main part of the show and cutting it down to where it's all just question and answers of that particular morning show topic. And yes, we came out with the first one about the Q&A, all about eBay. So if you missed it, it came out at 2 o'clock yesterday. So be on the lookout for that. Make sure you have your notifications on so you don't miss it when I do come out with those pre-recordeds in the evening for the morning shows that you might have missed. And so that way you don't have to sit there and watch the whole show. You'll get just the clips of question and answers for each of the morning shows. It's taking me a little while to do them, but guess what? I'm enjoying doing this, and it's just an easier way for you to be able to watch the shows on a shorter version. So with that being said, like I say before I end each and every show, do not forget this afternoon at 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time is our whatnot is our hump day auction. And yes, don't forget that Deborah, is our guest today. We do this every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do have 3 co-hosts and a guest, and today's guest is Timeless Jewels by Deborah. And there's the link for the new show I did put out yesterday at 2 o'clock. I am scheduling them, so you will not be able to get the link until it is dropped into the channel. So with that being said, like I said before, in each and every show, don't forget we do this every Wednesday with Q&A, all about Whatnot Wednesday. Sorry if flirting Anthony couldn't help it. Oh, okay. So with that being said, like I say before I end each and every show, if you'd like to come on after the show is over, just a little chit chat after, you're more than welcome to come on in and join. The link is still at the top of the chat. And as I say before in each and every show, love always. Love is always free. Please,
bye, everyone.
Till we meet into another chat. Have a blessed and fabulous day until we meet again. Later. Peace out.